In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 3 great companies that you can buy during a recession. Every single one of these companies that I'm going to be mentioning in this video beat the S&P 500 by more than 50% during the last recession in 2008, and they will likely beat it again the next time the market goes south. So if this is something that you are interested to hear about, make sure you smash that like button down below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and let's get straight into it. Okay, so first up is by far the most dominant stock of the 2008 recession, and that is Dollar Tree. During the 2008 recession, this stock did not only just hold its own, but it actually grew by an amazing 64.7%, making it the highest performing stock in the S&P 500 during that period. And I guess it really goes without saying as to why this stock performed so well during the last recession, and that is during a recession, people are typically paid less. Some people even lose their jobs, which in turn then means people are willing to spend less. And when you have a store or multiple stores across the whole of the US, that everything in that store is $1, it's probably going to do quite well during tough times. Another thing to note is actually during that crash in 2008, when the stock performed so well, Dollar Tree was only just getting started. It only had a total of 3,591 stores, generating a total of 4.6 billion in annual revenue. But now it has over 15,000 stores across the whole of the US and generates a whopping 23 billion in revenue, and that was just the last 12 months. But overall, Dollar Tree during a recession is always going to be attractive to its loyal customers, and it's going to obviously bring in new potential ones as well. So this is always going to result in the stock rising during tough times, and a great stock that you can invest in during a recession. Next up, we have my favorite stock out of the 3, and a stock that I am regularly buying today, recession or not, and that is Walmart. Just like Dollar Tree, Walmart stock grew during the last major recession by 20% against the S&P 500's total loss of 37%, both with dividends included, and that actually leads me to my next point. Unlike Dollar Tree, Walmart is actually a dividend-paying stock, so basically what they will do is pay money back to their investors, and they have done this a record 48 times or 48 years in a row, which makes it an absolutely amazing stock to own both during normal times and during a recession. So why is Walmart such a great stock to hold during a recession, and why has it consistently beat the market during these tough times? And once again, just like Dollar Tree, the answer really goes without saying, and that is pretty much no matter how much you get paid, no matter what the state of the world currently is in at the moment, you still need to eat, and Walmart is the obvious solution for that. There is literally a Walmart within 10 miles of 90% of the entire American population, which is absolutely insane when you actually think of how big of a country America actually is. One thing that Walmart didn't have in its last recession that will definitely take forward into its next one is its new massive e-commerce platform that they have been investing heavily into over the past 2 or 3 years. This is obviously going to be a big competitor to Amazon, because whilst I believe Amazon still wins on the convenience side, Walmart definitely dominates the value side of things, and during a recession, that is the #1 priority. I would go as far as saying that Walmart is the absolute GOAT of recession stocks, and simply because, unlike some companies, Walmart has been around for countless amounts of recessions, and just looking at the past 5 alone, the stock has seen an average gain of 42.4% during those periods. So this stock has risen by almost 50% during times where the world is at its worst economic state. Absolutely insane figures if you ask me, but the key with Walmart is really just to stay long term, just like any stock for example, but especially with Walmart. Walmart is a stock that during the good times, it's going to be very much classed as a boring stock. It's not going to perform as well as these high growth stocks out there, but over a long period of time, and when you look at it from a 50-year period or a 40-year period, Walmart is definitely going to be up there. Now the final stock that I'm going to mention might be actually one that catches you by surprise, but one that has consistently beaten the market during the recession, and one that has provided constant gains during these tough times, and that is Macdonalds. Now come on, we all know what Macdonalds is. We've all had a Macdonalds at least once in our lifetimes. Don't be afraid to admit it. I mean, come on. I had one literally 2 or 3 days ago, but we'll save that story for another time. But nonetheless, it's an absolutely ginormous stock, and quite a fun fact for you is that as of October 2019, McDonald's actually has over 38 1,000 restaurants in more than 100 countries. And this stock, what has really impressed me is that every single year pretty much it has recorded growth over such a long period of time. And what has also really impressed me about this stock is that during that time it has outperformed the market in every single recession there has ever been, and has consistently raised its dividend payments to investors for over 43 consecutive years. That is absolutely amazing for a company, and one that you will definitely feel comfortable about investing in when it comes to a stability side of things. But once again, we have to ask ourselves, why does this company thrive so well during a recession and during tough times? And just like the other two, I think it very much comes to a value standpoint. As people have less money, as people are less inclined to probably spend money on fancier restaurants, McDonald's offers a cheaper alternative where you can actually go and sit and dine in at a much cheaper price than going to an ordinary restaurant. It is extremely convenient just to stop by at a McDonald's just to grab a quick meal on the go, and it is really, really good for children as well, with so many different options that they can choose from. Another reason why I have seen this stock thrive in the past and why I expect to see it continue to thrive in the future is its expansion strategy. Just taking a look at where I live on the east side of England, which is pretty much away from everything else, no real major routes into my city apart from one road. And just over the past couple of years, I have seen 3 brand new McDonald's being put up around my area, and pretty much on our motorway that circles through my city, there is a McDonald's at every single exit, which is absolutely insane. And it just brings me back to the convenience side of things. Let's say you are living where I am, which is outside of the city, and you are traveling into the city, and maybe you finish work late. There is a McDonald's on every exit of that motorway that you can potentially stop at just to grab a quick meal on the way home. I have done it countless amount of times. It hasn't really helped me in the long run, but it's convenient and it's there. Another reason why I think this stock continued to perform extremely well during the 2008 recession, and that was because whilst people's spending limits completely plummeted, McDonald's was dishing out discounts left, right and centre, and I cannot explain to you how many different coupon codes or discount codes or vouchers they were handing out for free hamburgers with a meal. There was just so much promotion going on, and this was extremely smart during a time where people weren't spending as much money and they wanted extreme value for their money. But all in all, just like the other 2 stocks that I mentioned in this video, it's probably not going to be the most exciting stock to own whilst other ones are absolutely booming during the good times. But once again, a great stock to own during a recession. So there you go, guys. There are 3 great stocks there that have completely outperformed the market during past recessions, and great stocks that you can hold when the going gets tough. As always in this video, this is just my opinion and should not be taken as financial advice at all, but the figures and stats that I have shared with you are completely real. One final thing that I just ask you guys to do is like the video if you did get some value from it, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It really does help this channel out more than what you would believe. Apart from that, take care, and I will see you in the next one.